Joby Aviation's first major move of the year just dropped in the form of its plans to raise approximately $1 billion through separate public offerings of convertible senior notes due 2032 and shares of its common stock, subject to market conditions. The proceeds will be used to fund aircraft certification and manufacturing, prepare for commercial operations, and support general corporate purposes as it works toward launching passenger service, targeted for 2026. The convertible senior notes will be unsecured obligations that accrue interest payable semi-annually and mature on February 15, 2032, unless earlier converted, redeemed, or repurchased. Noteholders may convert the notes under certain conditions, with Joby retaining the option to settle conversions in cash, shares, or a combination of both. Joby can redeem the notes beginning February 20, 2029, if its stock trades above 130% of the conversion price for a specified period. In the event of certain fundamental change transactions, noteholders may require Joby to repurchase the notes for cash. Alongside the offerings, Morgan Stanley will conduct a separate Delta offering of borrowed Joby shares to facilitate hedging by some note investors. This transaction will not involve newly issued shares, and Joby will not receive any proceeds from it. While the note and common stock offerings are independent of one another, the Delta offering is contingent on completion of the note offering. Joby also plans to enter into capped call transactions in connection with the notes, designed to reduce potential dilution from future conversions or offset excess cash payments. Although these transactions and related hedging activity could affect Joby's stock price, the capital raise is generally viewed as beneficial as Joby expands its manufacturing and infrastructure footprint. Now, before we cover those enlarging footprints, along with regulatory and international progress, let's speak some legalese, because Archer Aviation has asked a court to dismiss Joby's lawsuit, which alleges theft of confidential files and misuse of proprietary information. Specifically, Joby filed a lawsuit against Archer late last year in California, alleging trade secret theft after Archer hired a former Joby employee, George Kivork. The complaint claims Kivork took confidential files on Joby's business strategies, partnerships, and aircraft specifications, and that Archer used this information to compete and undercut Joby in a real estate contract bid. Joby seeks monetary damages and a court order to prevent further misuse. Archer disputes the allegations and plans to vigorously defend itself. The motion raises questions about how strongly courts may protect confidential technical and commercial data in a competitive eVTOL sector, a reality that all companies are coming to grips with because Joby, like its rivals/peers, hires and employs people. And people are social animals that tend to move around and talk to other people in their industry, or even change companies. So there's always the potential for some intentional or unintentional information leakage, especially in a rapidly evolving space like eVTOLs, where chatter is always charged up. Moreover, there's the added element of information flow to partners like Toyota for manufacturing and Metropolis Technologies on vertiport development in the case of Joby. Partnerships like these highlight both opportunity and risk. While they support certification, production, and infrastructure planning, they also make Joby especially sensitive to any alleged data leakage. For investors, the dispute is less about near-term operations and more about intellectual property protection and competitive positioning. An unfavorable ruling or prolonged legal process could raise costs or force changes in how Joby manages confidential information with partners. Conversely, a strong court decision in Joby's favor could bolster its ability to defend proprietary designs and strategies. Key developments to watch include court decisions on Archer's motion to dismiss, updates on Joby's data security practices, and management commentary on legal expenses in future earnings reports. Though for now, the legal weight has fortunately not significantly impacted Joby or the emerging eVTOL sector. Expansion is still abound as Joby plans to acquire a second manufacturing facility in the Dayton, Ohio area, adding more than 700,000 square feet of production space to support its growing business. The facility is expected to begin operations this year and will help Joby double aircraft production to 4 units per month by 2027, while also providing room for longer-term expansion. The new site complements Joby's existing manufacturing operations in California and Ohio. The company has already begun procuring capital equipment to expand capacity and is hiring to enable round-the-clock manufacturing at its California facility. According to founder and CEO Joe Ben Beavert, the Ohio site will serve both near-term production goals and future growth needs. Joby is also working to finalize a manufacturing alliance with Toyota Motor Corporation, which invested $250 million in the company last year. In the near term, propeller blade production has already started at the existing Dayton, Ohio facility, marking a key step in scaling production. Each aircraft requires 30 blades, and the facility is projected to produce up to 15,000 blades annually, eventually supporting production of 500 aircraft per year. The Dayton site was chosen for its aerospace heritage, skilled workforce, and proximity to suppliers, with nearly all components needed within 30 minutes. The blades are made using advanced carbon fiber processes developed in partnership with Toyota, critical to the aircraft's low acoustic profile. Then, speaking of manufacturing and Toyota, Joby also leaned heavily into gaining publicity last year while gathering flight test data. Fittingly, it completed its final international flight demonstration of 2025 at Japan's Fuji Speedway, concluding a week-long campaign with 14 piloted flights conducted with Toyota Motor Company. The milestone capped a year of extensive testing, with more than 850 flights and over 50,000 miles flown across the US, Japan, and the UAE. Joby also carried out point-to-point flights between public airports, generating data to support FAA certification, paving the way to begin type inspection authorization testing, and hopefully carry its first passengers this year. To prepare pilot training pipelines, Joby already received 2 flight simulators developed with CAE to train pilots for its electric air taxis. The first fixed-base simulator was installed at Joby's Marina, California facility and is expected to receive FAA Level 7 flight training device qualification. A second full-motion simulator targets Level C certification. Together, the simulators can train up to 250 pilots annually and are a key part of FAA certification ahead of Joby's planned first commercial flights. Infrastructure-wise, Metropolis Technologies is helping develop 25 vertiports across the U.S., using Metropolis's nationwide network of parking facilities as the foundation for future electric air taxi hubs. The vertiports will be located in early air taxi markets and integrated into both new and existing sites, within Metropolis's portfolio of more than 4,200 parking locations. The collaboration will incorporate Metropolis's AI recognition, computer vision, biometrics, and mobility services to create seamless connections between ground transportation and air travel. Joby CEO Joby Beavert said the partnership is key to linking air taxis directly with existing urban transportation infrastructure. Metropolis, which operates aviation services in over 350 locations across North America and recently completed major acquisitions and financing, brings scale and technology reach to the effort. As an initial step, Metropolis will provide its Bags VIP baggage handling service to Joby's Blade urban air mobility operations in the New York City area, serving routes between Manhattan and JFK or Newark airports. Staying around the NYC area, Blade Urban Air Mobility, a division of Joby, launched a pilot commuter program in December, offering 12-minute flights between Manhattan and Westchester County Airport. The weekday service aims to reduce rush hour commutes from over 90 minutes to just 12, for residents of Greenwich, Scarsdale, Rye, Bedford, and other NYC suburbs. Fares range from $125 with a Blade commuter pass to $225 for standard tickets. Flights will initially use helicopters, with plans to transition to Joby's eVTOL once it's FAA certified, in turn, providing data to support broader commercialization of eVTOL services. Blade operates an asset-light model with proprietary terminal infrastructure, facilitating the eventual move to electric aircraft. On the topic of certification and regulation, Joby announced its support for the U.S. Department of Transportation's Advanced Air Mobility, AAM, national strategy, which establishes a federal framework for integrating electric air taxis into U.S. airspace ahead of commercial operations planned for 2026. Developed by 19 federal agencies under the Advanced Air Mobility and Coordination Act of 2022, the strategy addresses infrastructure use, workforce development, safety standards, and data sharing for eVTOL aircraft. The roadmap aligns with the FAA's eVTOL Integration Pilot Program, designed to enable early air taxi operations before full-type certification. Joby said it plans to engage immediately on key recommendations, including using existing infrastructure, sharing operational data, building workforce pipelines, and advancing autonomy. As Joby goes through the final stage of FAA type certification, it's been conducting power-on testing of its first FAA-conforming electric air taxi, built for Type Inspection Authorization, TIA, enabling Joby to conduct extensive hardware and software integration tests before for-credit flight testing with FAA pilots, expected later this year. The TIA-ready aircraft was manufactured under Joby's quality management system, with components built to FAA-approved designs and inspected by FAA-designated airworthiness representatives. Testing will validate performance, control, handling, energy management, and operational procedures, providing data for the FAA to issue type certification required for commercial operations. Internationally, Joby completed the UAE's first piloted point-to-point electric air taxi flight, landing at Al Maktoum International Airport, after a 17-minute flight from its Margam test facility. The company plans 3 new vertiports in Dubai at Dubai Mall, Atlantis the Royal, and the American University of Dubai joining a vertiport at Dubai International Airport set for Q1 2026. The network is part of Joby's 6-year exclusive agreement with Dubai's Roads and Transport Authority, RTA, and involves partnerships with Skyport's infrastructure and major property developers. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia's General Authority of Civil Aviation, GACA, announced a partnership to develop a regulatory framework for electric air taxi operations in the kingdom, aligned with FAA certification standards. The collaboration is meant to streamline approvals for Joby's eVTOL aircraft, covering technical expertise, airworthiness standards, and regulations for pilot licensing and airspace integration. The agreement positions Saudi Arabia as a key launch market for Joby, joining the US, UK, Japan, South Korea, and UAE, supporting Vision 2030 goals to modernize infrastructure. The initiative builds on Joby's existing partnerships with Abdul Latif Jameel and Alola Aviation, exploring delivery of up to 200 aircraft. In Central Asia, Joby signed a letter of intent to sell up to $250 million in eVTOL aircraft and services to Kazakhstan's Alatau Advanced Air Group, AAAG, aiming to launch the country's first air taxi service. The deal includes pre-delivery payments and is supported by a memorandum of understanding with Kazakhstan's Ministry of Artificial Intelligence and Digital Development, which will develop the regulatory framework and infrastructure needed for operations. The service will initially focus on Alatau City, a 340-square-mile development, and Almaty, with plans to source critical materials like titanium and rare earth metals locally for aircraft production. Joby CEO Joben Bevert highlighted that the company is leveraging its proven market entry strategy, partnering with both government and a regional operator to accelerate commercial operations. The agreement could make Kazakhstan a regional hub for air mobility in Central Asia because AAAG will establish testing facilities, ground infrastructure, and regulatory standards to support air taxi services. Then, when looking to the future, new aircraft might not be eVTOLs or piloted, because Joby successfully completed the first flight of its turbine-electric autonomous VTOL aircraft on November 7th at its Marina, California facility. The demonstrator built on Joby's all-electric platform and combined Joby's electric air taxi platform with a hybrid turbine powertrain and superpilot autonomy system, which has completed more than 7,000 miles of autonomous operations during Department of Defense exercises, enhancing range and payload. 3 months after announcing the concept, Joby partnered with L3 Harris Technologies to adapt the aircraft for defense missions, including contested logistics and low-altitude support, with operational demonstrations planned for 2026. Now, if you're on Team Joby this year or just love new aviation innovation, please like and share this video on places like Reddit, X, Telegram, StockTwits, and your own group chats. Sharing and liking the video also helps informative videos like this come out faster to people like you who will enjoy them. And as always, for more on stocks and crypto, follow Ascencore. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.